Black world, know this. Bullshit never upsets people. Truth does. Truth does. Truth does. Truth does.
That's why many black people haven't did any change. Because we sitting around, we think some kind of really deep idea going to come up from outer space or something, or some grand leader going to show up. All the information has already been given.
This is X from the Prophet of Thought series. You know the front is stereo.
T.P.O.T. Media returns.
Bigger, bolder.
Who are we? This is the question. And when I say we, I mean us as black people. Many of us have addressed this question by way of media, whether it be male or female. We take to the internet and talk about everything. We talk about men. We talk about women. We talk about poverty, racism, prejudice, progress, and the lack thereof. We number in the thousands, and our ideas number in the thousands as well. Everyone, all of us, have all the great questions, and all of us also have the great answers. Black activists, black advocates, black advice givers. Some of us use these platforms to uplift or inspire. Some of us use it to get a message out. Some of us use it to reprimand. But many of us use it to aggravate and agitate others, mostly. But most of us simply use it to be seen or heard for whatever reason. But let's be clear, it's about views. That's the end game. Now, people will say that it's not. But if your black ass is on media, you want someone to see you or hear you. Why would we do this if we didn't want anyone to see us or hear us? I'm guilty of this myself. Most of us who make this content and go into all the time-consuming things for video presentations, we know exactly how much time it takes to do this stuff. Why would we invest the thought, the time, and in many cases the money into creating content just to show to a small group of friends or at a family member's house during a holiday get-together? Black YouTube is full of people looking for subscribers, likers, sharers, and of course, donators. None of this would you get showing your videos at your dad's birthday party. So we reach out to people who we don't know. And many of these people that we don't know respond with compliments, complaints, and in many times, condemnation. It's what you sign up for when you put your material out there for all to see. It's all part of it. So we have to take ownership of it. The good, the bad, and the ugly. We might as well, because in theory, it's the only thing we can truly take ownership of on media. We don't own the media. We don't own the internet. And we definitely don't own YouTube. We rent free space on a medium that allows us to express ourselves. Take advantage of our right to free speech. Even that has a limit, because even if you offend enough, antagonize enough, people can flag your material, demand it be taken down, and media will oblige if enough pressure is applied. So it's free speech with limits, limited to how many people you can piss off enough to make them boo-hoo to YouTube, which makes it not truly free speech. Those of us who have had our stuff taken down can attest to that, especially on BlackTube, because BlackTube is inundated with people speaking to the dysfunction of the black world. Whatever dysfunctions that we internet opinionators wish to talk about. We are taught that black is beautiful. However, we have learned that black also has its ugliness. Many of us speak of it, but at the same time, many of us don't want to hear it. Just as many things that you see on media speaking of black culture, consciousness, strength, money, power, cry. You find just as many things speaking of black foolishness, ghettoism, ratchetness, stupidity, and irresponsibility. This is the way it should be, though. Not all good, not all bad. A healthy mixture of both. I mean, whatever a person wants to say, they should be allowed to say it. You don't like their message, don't flag them. Just don't watch them. Speech rights may have limits, but your watch rights do not. We, the LOBO, League of Black Opinionators, I'm referring to, should continue doing what we were always doing, no matter what that is. But be mindful to the fact that whatever message you put out won't be missed by most of the people it's intended for, and it will be missed by most of the people that it is not intended for. I have to take that advice for myself, apply it to my own material from now on. I suggest others do the same. Most of us are not lawyers, doctors, scientists, counselors, teachers, psychologists, or even journalists. Most of us are just people with cameras, microphones, and an ideology. To think that we are more than that is just delusional at worst and plain old self-flattery at best. Whether we entertain, enlighten, or educate, we are mostly just black people with a lot on our minds, and we want others to know it. I include myself in this crowd too. But I'm cool with that. Why? Because I know who I am. So tell me, who are you? Prophet of Thought series.
Open your mind.
Who are you?